Live. So there that goes.
Are you good to repost, Chels? Because you're so tech savvy.
Here goes the record in here. And there's the encoder. You are good to go.
Hey, Chels.
Hey, Stacey.
You know what? Find you a man who strokes your hair and says he loves how soft it is, even if it's on your legs.
The accuracy, though.
Listen, I'm not excited about these warm times because now I have to actually do work.
Today's episode, we'd love for Bic to sponsor us.
Hey, or Venus.
She's got it.
Yeah, baby, I've got it. Dave, please play that track.
Why? You're so fabulous. Yeah, I'm single, ready to mingle. Yeah, I'm single. These are the reasons why I'm single.
Yes, Stacey.
Yes, Chelsea. Hi.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, just
yeah.
another day in the life. But anyways, hi, America. This is Reasons Why I'm Single.
Welcome.
Hey. So,
Right, Stacey.
hey.
In one of those.
I'm the black one.
Yeah, Stacey's what? Stacey's black. No.
Listen, that has been the theme of everything this week. And before we jump into things, it's not just me and Chelsea. We've got a guest today too. Hey!
Hey, we're so excited.
You better look fabulous. I see you. Oh,
Beautiful.
I know, right? But yeah, this is Reasons Why I'm Single. Thanks for tuning in, America. So it has been a heck of a week. As I like to tell people, it's just been a highlighted chapter in the day in the life of someone being Black. So I've had
when she likes to tell people, she means she likes to tell white people, because what's very good and important about what happened this week is that it has opening a lot of eyes, but it is also definitely not the first or oh God, it would be great if it was the last, but it's not the first or the second or the third time this has happened. Sorry, Stacey, go ahead.
No, listen, Chelsea and I, we've been besties since 7th grade. And so we've had this conversation many times, but for a lot of other people in my life that are white, we've had these conversations about, oh my gosh, does racism still go on? But this has been a very exhausting week for me, but it's just another day in the life. So there are injustices against Black people like myself, and it's been going on for at least 400 years now. So like Chelsea said, it's been good. I've been having open dialogues with white people, but it's just these weeks are exhausting for Black people because you're basically explaining all week why you deserve to be alive and why you deserve to be treated as human. And then people go into, well, why are Black people angry? Well, if they just pull themselves up by their bootstraps, and it's a deeper conversation. So it's been a rough week for me, but hey, God made me this way. I am Black and delicious. Y'all know that. But thank you to the white allies that I have, that we've had good conversations, for people that have had their eyes opened and have been living white privilege, which is something that exists where you get certain benefits for having your white skin. And I don't get those privileges because I am Black. So I've had good dialogues with people talking about the history of this, like systemic racism and what you can do to change it. There are several articles going on around right now. There's a good one on Refinery 29 about check on your Black coworkers. They're not okay. There's another one on medium.com that's 75 things white people can do to help out during this time. Just honestly, just wherever you are locally, just get in contact with people that are assisting Black people and also people of color. Me personally, I donate and participate in Black Lives Matter, NAACP, Southern Poverty Law Center, and Color of Change. If you want to go on Instagram, there are handles such as We Buy Black, The Black Wallet, and Official Black Wall Street. A couple people that I follow are Lovey, which is Luvvie, Van Jones, Ava, Ta-Nehisi Coates. He's got a couple of great books and also the new Jim Crow are a couple of things that I follow. But honestly, just do the work, like have these conversations with your families, especially white people. Talk to your Black friends because it's been a rough week. And guess what? Our experiences are different than yours. And you may not believe that, but that's why you need to have an open conversation. And honestly, all of this stuff starts at home. So whether it's that one ridiculous uncle that you can't stand that always comes over at Thanksgiving and no one wants to listen to them, and you know they're racist, you got to have a conversation with them. Whether it's with your children who are white and they don't understand that there's differences going on, you have to have a conversation with them. Because growing up in a Black household, everyone in my family's had to sit us down when we were preteens and tell us, hey, you will encounter the police someday and it'll probably go unfairly. This is what you need to do. I have been mistreated by police officers 3 times in my life. Doesn't mean that all cops are bad, but there's different protocol that Black people have to go through. So take this time to just really take in all what's going on, understand why and how Black people have been hurting for so long, and just be there for us. Thank you for coming to my Stacy talk, because TED Talk has already been taken. Yes. Oh, Chelsea, what's going on with you? How are you going? How are you doing?
I mean, I am an ally for Black people, and so it has been really hard to see. I think, and then sometimes there's people out there that like get a little offended, and they'll be like, "What are you talking about? I'm not white privileged. My life is hard." And the thing is that, and I think this is the biggest thing I can stress to anybody who feels like when you're getting called out for your privilege or white privilege specifically, there's, I mean, mind you, there's all sorts of kinds of privilege, but right now we're talking about white privilege. And the big thing is nobody's saying your life isn't hard. I've had a hard life. I've had trials and tribulations, and all of that is affected my life in positive and negative ways. However, not one time has my life gotten harder because of the color of my skin. And that is what white privilege is. And if we all can just remember that and keep that in mind, like when someone says, check your privilege, man, it's about that. It's not, you're not saying, like, we're not saying you think you're better. It's, your life is inherently easier because nobody's judging you by the color of your skin. And the acknowledgement of that is a huge step forward. Also, there's a really cool, there's Barnes & Noble has this really cool section right now of like books that are written by African-American authors that are aimed for children and all about racial inclusivity. And those kind of things are really important. On the other, more towards our podcast side of things, I met a boy.
Hilarious. We will definitely get into that. So thank you for rocking with us per usual. There's crazy things going on, but we are here per usual to make you laugh, America. You're welcome. So we are not alone. We are joined by this fabulous lady that I know. She goes by Toy Marie, but she's also known as Chop Goddess because she is a beast in these hair streets. Let me tell you, I'm going to hit her up because I'm about that undercut life right now, and I use the clippers myself. It was a little ugly, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna find you, and yes, but Toy Marie, Chop Goddess, she does the dark thing. She is amazing. She's always been a good-hearted person, and listen, she's always looked fabulous. I'm just like, of course you look like you do right now. But thank you, Chop Goddess, for being on Reasons Why I'm Single. What it do? How are you?
What up? Oh, no, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you. You're great.
Oh, okay. I was so afraid you guys wouldn't hear me because I don't know how to work this or what I'm doing. So
Listen,
shout out to my kids that help me.
Come on, kids. Yes.
The kids help me.
Welcome to us on Zoom because we're like, Dave, what is this? CEO of Podcast Detroit, what up? Yeah, we're like, what is Zoom? How do we do this? We're the worst.
I don't know what I'm doing.
None of us do. We just smile while we're doing it.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, but Toy, how have you been?
I've been good. So I've been gone. I moved away right out of high school, and I finally came back home. I've been living in Alabama, and so I finally returned. I'm back home after all this time, and I'm glad to be here.
Yes. Well, hey, let's jump into some things. So, before we get started, Chelsea and I take care of a little business. So, it's time for
Fake name series of the day.
AA. So, the fake name series of the day is what we use to save the shade. So, instead of using people's real names, we use names that are from the fake name series of the day to hide their identities. But if they heard these stories,
Know who they are.
Hey, we won't say your name today. Hey, ain't getting sued today. Hey.
Stacey, what's the show for this week?
Today's show is Shrill.
I just happened to have the information up.
Oh, what?
It's called show preparation, and you're welcome.
Thanks, Hulu.
So, Shrill follows Annie, described as an overweight young woman who wants to change her life, but not her body. Annie is trying to make it as a journalist while juggling bad boyfriends, sick parents, and a perfectionist boss, while the world around her deems her not good enough because of her weight. I really probably should be watching this show.
I saw the first season. It was good. And I just started season 2.
Nice.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
Ooh. One of our friends from high school, Rachel, is watching. Hi, Rachel.
What up?
Hey, Rachel.
I'm like, there could be 5 different Rachels that could
Right.
be, but I feel like I was cool with all of them. So,
Yes.
whichever one you are.
She also went to junior high with Stacy and I, so maybe that
could
helps,
be-
but who knows?
That could be 2 out of the 5.
Yeah.
What junior high?
We went to
Davis.
Davis.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. You went to Heritage.
I did. I was a heritage.
Ah,
Did you
well,
run?
that-
You ran track, didn't you?
Exactly.
We
That's
had-
like how we all met.
Heritage and us. Did you go to the 9th grade dance? We literally Heritage. and
I
Davis
think we
shared their
skipped
dance.
it. We skipped our 9th grade dance. We told our parents we were going. Look, we got dressed up. We had makeup, hair, everything done, and we went to Chad Gatworth's house. His parents threw us a party.
Come on, Gatwick. Oh, I forgot about
That's where we were
The
at.
dance was at Heritage, and so we went, and I dragged my little 9th grade boyfriend out there, and it was like a balloon-shaped heart thing, and I'm sneaking through the window. I was like, we're taking a picture in front of that, and we're doing. I'm not
look amazing.
controlling at all.
Man, I did not go to freshman
We
formal.
were
That was-
rebelling.
Man, that was like my emo period. So I was like, I don't want to see people I don't like just in nicer clothes. And I did not go. My mom was like, you don't want to go? I'm like, nah. I'll do better. I swear.
I said
It's
no.
too late.
Excuse me, I'm trying to fix the light in here. Okay, how's that light? That's, all right.
Oh, I like it. Yes. boss. Yes. Yes. So, Chop Goddess, toy. So, like we ask all of our guests, are you taken? Are you single? Are you in a
Oh, God.
situationship?
I am so single and ready to mingle.
Yes.
Like I hear a lot of people they hate dating. They talk about dating like it's like this tragedy. Like I love it. Like dating is fun. Like especially when you're over 30, dating is fun because you're not like afraid. You're not like you don't have all these like hidden agendas. And for the most part, in 2020, we're not like worried about getting married. Like that's not a goal for the most part. But so it's just fun. Once you take all the red flags, once you take all the hidden agendas out the equation, it becomes fun. You don't have a
Like, yeah.
timeline. Like I gotta be married in 12 months.
Girl, listen, I'm like, I'm in no rush for anything.
I
I'm
am
like,
in
if it
no
happens,
rush.
cool. If not, I'm gonna be all right.
We good.
Free.
We good. The food was good. I gotta try new foods.
I found out a couple of new restaurants. It's great.
Wonderful.
Yes. So, do you have any fun dating stories that you would like to share?
Oh my God. Okay. So for one, for me, I'm a barber. And so because I'm a female barber, it's kind of like a fetish to them, or like a
Oh yeah.
like a challenge.
Oh.
They're like, okay, this is something I gotta conquer. I need to get with her because she's a female barber. I mean, I get calls or
Ooh.
messages where guys will say things like, I might let you cut my hair, beautiful. How much you charge? And then when I hit him with how much I charge, which is more than I'm sure his barber, then he's like, what? Or they'll be like, they'll send me a message and they'll be like, oh, you do house calls, come to my house, beautiful. I'm like, okay, my house calls started at $100 for a lineup. So
Come
okay.
on. You know your worth.
but yeah, like dating, like I said, it's a lot of crazy things that happens. I've been on dates with guys, and out the blue, I found out they were married, secretly married, or I found out they had a secret girlfriend.
Nice, right?
And they've been secretly married. It's like so many different things. Like I said, because I'm a barber, I meet a lot of weirdos and a lot of crazy things.
It's ridiculous. And Chels talks about that too, where you're swiping through on dating sites. It's like, oh, I'm just hiding my face because of my job. And then you talk
No.
to them. They're like, yeah, by the way, I'm married. It's like, what are you
Listen.
doing?
Right.
The
Like, honey,
FBI
you're
has
hiding your
nothing
face because
on
of
me.
your
Like
wife.
I am
Yeah.
a professional PI. Like I can investigate and find anything. Like I literally will find their wife, where she works. Like I will find everything.
That's
A
Chelsea.
friend of
She's got a
mine-
special set of skills.
A friend of mine, let's call her Ruthie. Ding. She actually, like, literally this guy that I just started seeing, she goes, okay, I need his first and last name, please. And I was like, well, I have his middle name too, so go ahead. And then literally 10 minutes later, she gives me this rundown of his like entire
Oh
life.
my
I was
God,
like,
of everything.
wow. And she goes, well, just to compare what he told you, which he was being truthful, thankfully. But then at the very end, she goes, oh my God, he likes Creed. I was like,
Oh, no, that's not bad.
With arms wide open.
It's not bad. So there's groups out there. There's
Listen,
several groups out there that have where you can like find out if the guy is cheating. Like one in particular is called Sis Is This Your Man? It was started in a group with in Alabama called Sis Is This Your Man? And you literally like you post the guy and all the women will come and they'll discuss and talk about like if he's with them, if he's been lying. And I'll tell you a funny story that was in that group. So a guy got blasted and the girl was dogging him out and she was like, yeah, nobody come for him or talk to him. He's a loser. He's a cheater. He did me so wrong and dirty. Da, da, da. Well, the guy ends up sending his response in because some of his family members were in the group. He tells a story about how he met her online on a dating site. And he was like, she told him to come to his house. And she was like, she got mad at me because when we started doing the do, when I tried to take her clothes off, her leg fell off. So she had a peg leg. He said he started laughing. And so she was so offended that he was laughing because her leg fell off that she blasted him in the group. But yeah.
okay, first off, you cannot plan to take off your pants and not tell someone that
You
there's
can't.
pants down
How did
there.
you go that far? Stop him. Be like, hey, FYI, my leg is fake. Before we go any further,
Hang
Oh
on,
my
let me get myself a little bit more comfortable. Removes leg.
Right? Let me get that WD-40. It's about to be a wild night. Like, what? Chelsea, what was it? Like Chelsea was trying to figure out if this guy had like fake legs, like bionic legs, because the way he talked. What was it? Was he in the
He
army or
told
something?
me, no, he was in the Marines. He told me 2 days before our first date. He goes, just so you know, like there people have an issue with it, but I have bionic legs. So I go on the internet and I'm researching it. Like, oh my God, he has robot
Bionic.
legs. I'm like, okay, is it below the knee? Is it above the knee? All this stuff. I meet him. Everything's great. He's moving
Right.
super fast. So I'm like, okay, obviously it's below the knee.
His legs
And then-
are, not his behavior.
And then literally like in the middle of dinner, as I chat with I talk with my hands, but as I drink, I talk even more with my hands. I knock over a full ice water glass of water right down his crotch, just like, and all I'm thinking is, oh my God, I'm gonna break his bionic legs. Like, and he's like, it's fine. We just have to go. And I'm like, yeah, we have to go. But like, we walked there and it was like 20 degrees. It was insane. And I dated that guy for a month. And before finally one day he ended up telling me how bad his feet hurt. And I was like,
What?
wait, it's so finally I confess
Make it make
everything.
sense.
And I'm like, basically, how bionic are your legs if you don't
Mm.
if you have feet? And then he called me just laughing. Turns out he's just had so many surgeries on this accident that happened that he has all these pins and needles and all their like plates and all this stuff. So that there's so much hardware that he thinks he has bionic legs. But
Like, that's not the same thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
What?
and then he's like, so you spent the last month thinking I didn't have feet? And I'm like, yeah.
I
yeah.
mean,
I,
choose your terminology, and I find guys do that a lot. Like they'll use terms. Like I was dating this guy, and he told me he was a special agent that investigated people and crime activity for Home Depot. I found out the guy was security at Home Depot. I'm like, wait, what are you doing? Like, why are you guys using these random terms? You're a security officer at Home Depot. You're a special agent. I'm like, ooh, I got a special agent, the investigator.
secret agent man.
Security.
He'd be like,
Ring the bell.
thank you. Listen, but do they wear that orange apron? Okay, you better get you some 2x4s.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, can I get a discount?
I'm just,
Right?
thank you. Listen, like especially like in high school when you would get your, or junior high when you would get your first job, and like thinking
Yeah.
back, I was like, man, like I really should have gotten it at a different place where I could get a discount. But then you start dating people, it's just like, oh, word, you work where? I'm down.
Okay.
Like what?
All right.
FedEx? Can we use that account? Fantastic. I'm all about equal opportunity. There was this what was it at work? There was this one guy. I had to follow up this guy named Tony.
Ding.
So Tony, I needed to return a piece of clothing. I'm a assistant, executive assistant, personal assistant, whatever you want to call it. So I had
Get shit done.
okay, language, Chelsea. There's children. And so,
They are
so
They're sneaking, but
right? They're just like, what is mom doing? Your mother is a very big deal. So Tony, I had to follow up with this guy. And so my boss was like, yeah, I need to meet up with this guy. Like, I need to return like an article of clothing or something like that. So I called this guy, Tony, and he's just like, oh, you work with your boss, Mr. Andy. And I'm like, yeah, I do. He's just like, oh, okay, pleasure talking to you. Oh, it's just great to talk to you. So maybe you can come by and we can grab a drink. I was like, I don't think you understand. I need to refund something. He's just like, oh yeah, it's all part of my business and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like what? He's like, yeah, I'll send you the UPS label, whatever, all this other stuff. I'm like, wait, what exactly do you do? It turns out he just works retail, but he has like a side hustle, but he works at a high-end store. So I was like, maybe I
Wow.
should see this out. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't mix business with pleasure. I
Yeah.
can't do it. So, but I still,
The adventure.
he checks on me every now and then to see, you know, if I want to come by, but I'm like, everything's
If you were satisfied with his service.
I was not actually.
Oh.
I was not. He did not follow up appropriately. I asked
Oh,
him questions.
wow.
He couldn't give
What
me
a
what I
douche.
wanted. Right? Do your job, Mr. Tony, and then we'll talk. If you do your job great, then I'm on board. I'm like, ooh, they take care of business. Okay, then. Then they can probably take care of business.
Taking care of business every day. Nice.
Oh my word. So how long have you been back in Michigan?
That's what?
I legit came here the day before the lockdown.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I came, I had all these jobs lined up. I had like 10 different barbershops that wanted me there. I was supposed to do like some of those like celebrity funny videos.
Yeah.
And I got here like, oh, I'm about to be the stuff. We're about to be rolling. I'm everywhere. Like Sterling Heights to Detroit. I'm everywhere. And then
Come
the
on.
very next day when I got here, it was like lockdown.
No.
Yeah.
Can't
Okay,
do
well, on
anything.
the flip side of it, at least you got here before. Because if
Yeah,
you were on the way,
true,
that would have been
true.
rough.
True. So, I mean, I'm still here, happy I'm here. Like, we love it here. I missed it here. I haven't been home in 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I'm too scared to leave. I see,
I was too scared to stay. I was too scared to stay.
good for you though. Like I did I was in Columbus for a couple years, and then
Yeah.
prior to coming back here, I was in Ypsilanti for a few years as well. But my brother and his family, they're out in LA. So that has my LA has my heart, but I don't think I could live out there. Number one, it's a little expensive.
Yeah.
But
Very.
but they do right, but they do have a nice selection of men out there, if I'm being completely honest.
One of my ex, he moved there. He moved there from here.
Oh, nice.
Whoa. Well, if I see him, I'm gonna square up real quick. I'm gonna be like, "Good day, sir," and then just run away. It'll be great.
Stacey is way too polite. She'll be like, "Listen, internally, I'd like to do this to you, but externally, hi, hello, how are you?"
What was it, the Sex and the City movie where Charlotte's like, "I cursed the day you were born," like, and then just runs away. That's me. I'll be like, "I am praying for you. Like, I'm somebody's church auntie. I'm praying for you and your deliverance." Like, ridiculous. Oh, goodness.
Now I will say, so I lived in California for a little bit. I lived in San Diego, and some of my absolute craziest dates came from that's down south. I just feel like sometimes too much sunshine makes people go a little loopy. And everybody there is just so chill and so like
It's very slow. Yeah,
it's so slow. That's the part where I just couldn't get on board. Like, so would you say that you you had some crazy dates and they're all in Atlanta, huh? Or Alabama, excuse me.
No, Alabama.
Oh my gosh. So how far into
Alabama.
Alabama were you? What city were you in?
So Tennessee Valley, Huntsville, Alabama, which is the up and coming city. Yeah. Yeah, but awkward. Most of the people that live in Alabama are from other places, and every week I would find someone from Michigan.
Me too. I swear, everybody in California, they'd be like, "Oh,
no matter where I'm at, I find someone in Michigan.
Just calling you home. Calling you home.
We are everywhere.
Yeah, we are.
We are. We definitely like branch out and we're like, bye.
Right? Midwest is where the heart is.
Oh, thanks.
We're everywhere.
As we should be.
Oh, my
Yes.
life.
Now, are you on the dating apps now?
So Facebook dating app is amazing, actually, but I
Ew.
accidentally deleted it. I tried to delete it so that because I kept getting Alabama connections, and so I tried to delete it so I can get Michigan connection. Can you hear me?
It's coming in and out.
Yeah, it's a little choppy, but you're good now.
But we got what you're saying.
Can you hear us, baby? Come back.
I mean, it froze on like the most beautiful part of her face, though, didn't it?
Right? Like you look fabulous. So we can't hear you right now. Oh, wait, I hear you laughing.
Let me see.
Ooh. Man, but yes, I swear I do like Facebook dating out of all of them. Number one, because it shows the like people you have in common. And for me, I really don't delete. Well, there's a couple people that I delete, but oh yeah, you're good. We hear you, yay. But there's a couple people on Facebook dating where, yes, give us length, yes. But there's like a couple, I like on Facebook dating app, it shows you people that you have in common. And so I don't delete everyone. And so even like the couple of like crazy people that are still on there, I'll be like, oh, who's our mutual friend? Oh, that crazy girlfriend? Nah. Like, I appreciate that part of it.
Yes. Although it is funny to message people and be like, do you know about this person? And then they're like, why?
Right. They already know. They're like, we only have one friend in common. And I notice it's my attractive one. Like, I'm just saying, I'm vain. I go for the pretty ones. I'm just saying. Yes.
Listen, live your best, live your truth. Go for the pretty ones. You got to be attracted to them. If you're not attracted to them, there's nothing happening.
Right. I completely, yes. Yes.
There's got to be that. There's got to be that. Je ne sais quoi.
What does that mean, Chelsea?
It literally means I don't know what. It's like that. I don't know what. It's the something that I'm just gonna keep doing this. It's je ne sais quoi. It literally translates to I don't know what. It's that like unprincipled special thing about you.
Interesting. I like that it just comes with a hand gesture. That's what cracks me up about it. Oh crap, that's what I needed to remember. How to say it's time to make the cake, or did you make the cake in French?
Did you make this cake?
Listen, that's all you need to tell me. And of course, I'm like, actual cake, and then something else appears, and I'm like, oh dear.
Oh, there she is. I see you, girl.
You me?
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes.
Oh.
Period.
I
Yes.
can figure this out. And all the kids left. Like they ran outside. They're like, oh, we're free. She's busy. I'm like, someone help me. I don't know what to do.
Right when I needed you most, you left me. I gave you life.
I don't know what's happening here.
You're hilarious. But I was raving about Facebook dating because that's my favorite out of all of them.
Facebook dating, and I'm talking about like I don't know how it is in Michigan, but the guys I saw in Alabama, they were like successful, good looking. Like it was way different than the other dating apps. Like I said, I'm very angry. I don't know how to get it back. I don't know if once you delete it, you can't ever get it back. I don't know what to do. Like, but I'm bored.
Well, my favorite
I'm on
thing Facebook
lockdown.
did was that if your Facebook profile said that you were married, it didn't even give you an option to pop it up. Like,
Which
So-
I respect.
right. So when it first came out,
No,
I'd be like, oh my God, have you seen this Facebook dating thing? And everybody's like, what are you talking about? Because I'm one of the last married friends of my, or not married people in my friends group. And so they're like, what are you talking about? And I was like, shut up. They didn't even tell you guys. Like,
No, I don't know, because it was one guy. It was a doctor I had met in Atlanta, and I liked him, and he wanted to fly me out and all this crazy stuff. And I was like, let me just do a search on him. And I did my little investigative search. He had a whole wife. I found out who he was, what his real name was. Like he used a different name on the dating app. He
Oh.
was fully married. Now it wouldn't let me screenshot because I was going to, because on the dating app you can't screenshot. But he was married.
What? I don't understand.
Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, but I am a lot as a woman. And like, I can't imagine some guy being like, I'm going to date you plus another girl because I
Right.
need more than that. Like, I'm already a lot.
I require a lot of attention.
Hello. Well, that was the whole joke with lockdown. It was just like, well, guess all the side chicks are officially single because ain't nobody checking on you. He's at home. He's stuck at home with his family.
Where my favorite is we're realizing so many people are going to like break up or get engaged. Like, they're either going to be like, if we can make it through this, we got this.
I've
like-
seen engagements. That's the funny thing. I've seen engagements for like dudes I know. I'm not gonna say, but I know they've been at the barber shop and I know they some cheaters. So I'm like, oh, he got engaged. Okay.
It's like, first of all, you were dating someone, sir. Like, because the way you were living your life, I'm not judging, I'm
Right.
observing.
My observations are that you need Jesus.
Okay. Yes. He's on the main line. Tell him what you want. Listen. So, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a smile there.
Oh my
What-
God, yeah.
What's going on with you, ma'am?
I met a guy.
Oh,
Fine.
What did you want his name to be, Stace?
Amadi.
Amadi with a body.
Body, yaddy, yaddy.
Give me body, yaddy, yaddy.
Get me body, get me body. Thank you, Queen
So-
Bee.
He is 35. He grew up around here, and he is like 6 foot, and he has these like crazy blue green eyes, and
Light
like,
eyes
yeah. And he like stands up straight and
with good posture. These are Chelsea's top 2 physical things, people, that
And he
like make her go, ooh.
and he's got like straight teeth and all that good stuff. And
Come on, good teeth.
Mhm.
Listen.
And, and he was married for 14 years. He's been divorced for just under 2, and he's got 2 kids. One's 10. There's a boy who's 10, and then a girl who's 4. And it turned out that his wife was saying stuff about work husband, and like, oh, my work husband this, oh, my work husband that, oh, my work husband this. And it turned out she was like,
Happens.
he like, so 14 years they were together. He was like content and happy and all that good stuff. And then she was like, yeah, I'm gonna go be with my work husband.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then, and I was like, oh my God, are they still together? And he's like, no, that doesn't work.
Work does not work
Yeah.
in this case.
Yeah. So our first, like, it's hard to date during all of this stuff, but our first date was we both went through the Tim Hortons drive-through, and then and then we parked next to each other, and like, and we just chatted. But the thing that was crazy was that we chatted for 3 hours, and all of a sudden I was like, oh snap, like, where the heck did the time go? So then the next day he was like, when am I going to see you again? Like, I told him about the podcast, which Stacey knows I don't really do.
That's our cue. That's how you know we really like someone, is if we say, hey, there's this thing that I do weekly, and they're like, you dance? I'm like, first of all, I wish. I'm terrible at choreography, but I do a podcast. It's about dating. And they're like, oh, so whenever it's serious, that's the only time I mention it, or it has the potential to be serious. That's the only time that I mentioned it.
But so then the next day he was like, I want to cook you dinner, come over to my house. And mind you, he was very upfront and honest. He's like, after the divorce, he doesn't really have the financials. He's at his parents' house. And I was like, thanks for being upfront. Also at my parents' house. So I can't really.
Who did lockdown with their parents? I did, because they're getting old. And it's scary.
Yeah. So like, I can't, it's not like I'm sitting here trying to judge somebody over that. So he's like, come on over. I'm going to barbecue. It's going to be this really good time. What he did not tell me is that the barbecue was his like entire immediate family.
Oh.
He also told me like, we're going to hang out. Don't worry. It's super casual, like dress comfy. So I wore like a zip up and like, kind of like, I mean, it was cute because obviously I'm like still trying to get to know the guy and not be like showing up with like holy sweatpants on, but like but I was wearing just like casual black capris and like a little zip up, and like, but it was more like a hoodie. And I walked up, and then he's like, hi, this is my mom. And I was like,
hi.
And then in my head I was like, you know what, at the very least I know that he's like interested in me, because he's not going to introduce his whole family to me if I'm just like a nothing, you know. So
well, he's mature. I only say that because my friend Lamar, he when he was out there and dating, so we were at he's a close like family friend, he's like a brother of mine, so we went to his brother's wedding out in California. He's just like, yeah, I've been talking to this chick, but I don't know, I met her on like OkCupid or something like that. But anyway, she's on her way to the reception right now. I'm like, why are you having this girl come to a wedding reception? He's like, well, you know, like the party's like dwindling down a little bit, and you know, it's a wedding, girls like that. Like, okay. It's so random. Like I stood there talking to her for most of the time just because I felt bad. I'm like, you don't know anyone here, but at the same time, like, she knew why she was there.
Right. Well, so the best part is I have a friend, my friend who did all the research. She literally was like, she goes, well, on the first date, she goes, send me a picture of your outfit so I know what to look for when you go missing. And then after like an hour, she was like, okay, it's been an hour. Are you dead or are you here? And so then like
his license plate and everything else.
Oh God, right? Seriously.
Smart.
What was his name again, Stacey?
Amadi.
Amadi said, he goes, let's just send her a picture so that way she knows, like, so I send her the picture and I'm like thinking, oh my God, this picture's so cute. And then she goes, Ruthie's like, good, now I have a picture of his face. So I
Image search.
swear. So I'm just cranking up. But yeah, so then we get all this food and all this stuff, and his mom's like super, super sweet. And we sit down at the table and she's like, oh, you come sit right next to me. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to be like interrogated. And
Oh,
the exact opposite happened. She sat down and just like blasted her son for like 30 minutes.
I was gonna say she's searching for somebody to take him, but
right. Get
Right?
this man out of my house.
daughter-in-law.
She literally sat down and was like, so Amadi told me that you like this and that you're an esthetician and that you work at
Wow.
Ulta and all this stuff. And so I turn and go, oh, so you're talking about me, huh?
Wow.
And then he just turns bright red. He's like, thanks, Mom. She goes, he just likes you. Don't worry. And I'm like,
That's adorable.
so cute. And his family is just so funny. Like his sister is hilarious. His sister's boyfriend is hilarious. Like we were laughing, and then he's like, don't worry about my dad. He's a little bit shy. Well, this man like busted out of his shell. We were playing this dice game. I was there till like 2:30 in the morning, just like playing games and hanging out with his family.
You were legit at a barbecue.
And I won the last dice game. And
Okay.
so I had this fantastic time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So the funny part is my car was in the shop. So I've been driving my dad's car, which is this really big Mountaineer. It does not suit me at all. Like it, like the second he saw me in that car, because he's a car guy, he was like, that's not your car. And I was like, it's not. Interesting that you noticed.
First of all, it could be my car. I'm an independent woman, but also you're correct.
So then yesterday I got my car back. I did my brakes. I did all that stuff. He-Man woman, living my best life. And then
Ain't going back and forth with you.
and then he was like, oh, come on. He's like, I got my truck back because somebody had T-boned him. So he wasn't even driving his car either. And so,
Oh,
yeah, I know, right? But he just got his car back. So then we met up really quickly at the Tim Hortons by my house because he was like, I just want to show you my car and maybe buy you some coffee and maybe kiss you. And I'm like,
No.
it's so cute.
he's such a gentleman.
It's
Aw.
so cute. It's so, yeah. And then he had his
Wait,
kids
so
this
did you guys
weekend.
kiss? Did that happen?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, listen. I get the inside scoop, America. So adorable.
Yeah, no, and he's like a good kisser. It's not like the kind where it's like the like aggressive tongue or anything like that. It's like this, like he's a good kisser. And I told him about the podcast, so he's probably watching or listening to this now and being like, "Oh, she thinks I'm a good kisser." Well, she does.
That's adorable. Okay, Amadi. Yadi. Yes.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yes, I want him to buy a Maserati. Hey.
Oh.
Yes, you're getting bars today, y'all.
I'm here for it. I am always here for it. But yeah, so he's cute and I like him, and we'll see. So
What color hair does he have?
it's dark.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not like that dark, but it's like it's dark. It's brown. It's, you know.
I like brown.
Me too.
Good stuff. Okay, Chelsea.
So we'll see. You know how this is, guys. I get really excited. It could be like gone next week. But
Yeah.
so who knows?
I
But
agree
right
with
now I'm really excited about it.
Right. We are enjoying this good wave.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
excited. Look, I am so bored. I want to be excited.
Dude, I tell you.
Helen. What was it? Chelsea went to go, whatever time she went to meet up with him. She was like, oh yeah, he's got a black truck. Also, there's a lot of black trucks here. I'm like,
Right.
does he have friends? Should I just show up? What's protocol? Let me know.
I'm coming to the barbecue. See if you got some friends, some cousins.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. We're here for him and the whole family. Oh
He's
my
the
goodness.
youngest out of his siblings, and like in that
Mom, he's the
family
oldest one. I
dynamic,
want him.
I saw like he acted like the baby of the family. Like you know how babies are always like like somebody will make a joke and then like, the joke will end and then somebody will like and then also and you add something on but it's not actually funny and you're like, oh, baby of the family, aren't you? Like you just want
Wow, I guess that is me. Man, I wasn't prepared for that truth. Man, at least I know now.
I'm babysitting my brother right now. So I don't know.
He would say stuff and I'd just be like, wow, you're the baby of the family. Like, wow.
Oh, listen. Apparently, I feel him on that
Baby.
one. That one hit a little too close to home.
Yeah, it's a little much, huh?
It hurts, Chelsea. Why do I have to keep doing the work? It's been a month of this. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh,
But that's
so-
probably the funniest part is like we were talking about the book that we read, Relationship Ready by Heidi Bushy. And she like all of that work, because of all of that work and the realizations that I've had because of the relationships I've had previously and the bad patterns that I have already been very, very open and honest with this man about things. And so he made a joke because I sat there because he heard my last name and he was like, get ready because it's about to be mine. And I was like, okay,
Whoa.
don't do that though. 'Cause
Okay.
I have a really bad habit of like getting scared and running away. And like, you just need to know.
Oh, that's me. I'm a runner. I'm definitely running. Like guys, they seem to fall in love and be saying, I love you. And I be like, well, this was fun. Okay.
So I told him that. I sat there and I was like, hey, even if you're feeling those kind of feelings, maybe keep that to yourself until like you're really, really sure I'm in this because I have a
Because how long
tendency
has it been?
not long at all, like 4 days.
Yeah. Wait,
Stop!
it's been what?
You say 4 days.
All right.
Say it. I'm just warning him.
I'm not. It might not be normal, but
No, it's not normal. It's
the
not normal.
excitement is still fun.
So even because he sits there and he keeps making these jokes, and I was like, listen, if you want this to
Don't
even have a
joke.
chance of
Maybe
being
he's
something,
making a joke. One thing I find too, and I check it when it comes to guys, is because a lot of times they'll do and say things because they think you want to hear it. They think they'll say
Mm.
something because it's going to gain your approval. And I'm like, don't do that to me because I'm not. Yeah, that doesn't win me over. Like,
so this is literally ways. I was like, please don't be that guy, because if you go
Right.
throwing "I love yous"
Right.
out, I'm gonna bolt. And so then he goes, cool. So it'll be like 20 years from now, and I'll have never told you I love you, and people be like, why? And I'll be like, day 3, she told me not to say it. So I just tell her I like her a whole
because
lot.
It's not right. It's not normal. No, don't say it at day 3.
Oh my gosh. That's the truth though, because I feel as though with me personally in my life, so I'm waiting till marriage to have sex. That's just what I want to do. And so dudes will always be like,
Did you put up that L, Chelsea? I didn't want to say it, but you did. Oh, you're a loser. No.
like, oh, so now you want to be honest, Chelsea? We're just gonna have our on-air breakup. Like,
Mad because I can't get none and I can't even use a toy because all these goddamn kids are locked in the house with me. And she's happy to be a virgin. Look, I am going crazy. Somebody rescue me. At this point,
That might
anybody
be the name of the show. Somebody rescue me.
oh gosh. If you would like to date Toy, her address is like
Yeah, right?
I'm horny. No.
She can't leave, but she'll definitely hang.
I can't. Oh God. But with that, like people do see it as a game. So they'll be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
like your wife material. I can see myself marrying you. I'm like, cool, but
You never do
no.
that.
Like it's like we
Like,
just
I
met.
know-
Like you're
I know I'm the shit. I don't need you to try to hype my head.
thank you. My
doing
ego
two
can't fit in this
things.
room.
That
I don't
doesn't
care how
work.
spacious
Like, relax.
it is.
Daisy's the
They have happens all the time. They're just like, oh yeah, like let me do this for you, let me do that for you. I'm just like, dude, like I haven't had sex for years.
Right.
Like it's like if you're not doing it, it's not hard to like not do it. So I'm just like, that's why I'm very upfront about that because I don't want to waste anyone's time. But at the same time, they're just like, oh, maybe I can get in. I'm like, no, you literally and physically.
I would so like you.
It's not that the tickets are sold
the
out, it's
universe.
that there aren't any tickets.
Right. It's a private event. It's closed. Oh my god, Liz. Oh, Chelsea, I'm very curious to see how this develops.
Me too.
This has had a promising start, but I'm always careful of my friends.
Listen, I'm careful too, but the reality is I'm like, I don't know. I was like, his family's super chill. I just want to like get to know him.
Don't fall for him because of his family.
That's
I
true.
fall with people because of their families.
That's true.
I'm like, I don't want to break up with his mom. Oh my god.
It's so hard. Like,
recipes.
listen, this guy that I dated, his name was Bo. And like Bo and I were not destined to be together. And so Bo's mama doesn't like anyone. He's like, you just need to know that. Exactly. So that was the hardest part of the
So you
breakup.
got
It was just
in. You're like, oh, she doesn't like anyone, and she's calling me every day.
right. Like one time, like he had to travel for work. So I went over to his mom's house because she just had surgery. And so I went to check on her. He was just like, listen, you can drop something off at the porch. She's not letting you in. We kicked it for like over an
Right,
hour.
right,
She's like,
right.
girl, I baked this cake. I'm
Right.
like, word? Like had a ball. It was so much fun. He was just like, wait, you're still there? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still here. I'm about to spend the night. Like, oh, but when we stopped talking, I'm always like, I hope his mom is okay. And also she introduced me to caramel cake. So I feel like I owe her a part of my life. Like
Right.
I have a secret
Right.
savings account for her because I just care so much now.
That seemed too much, but
No, that's true though. You can't fall in love with somebody just for their family, but definitely like getting along with their family for sure helps.
oh, for sure.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure, for sure.
Because
that
I have
helps.
definitely seen many of my friends get in a relationship and it's very like his family doesn't like me, but whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, that's like family is super important.
Come on,
Moms,
Fast
yeah,
and
moms
Furious.
usually love me. Moms love me. Except for I was married once, and when we got married, she hated me. But I mean, but other than that, moms love me.
See,
How
there you
dare
go. See, it's about family.
That's Chelsea's Vin Diesel impression. It's my favorite.
Too fast, too furious.
Stop
no,
it.
stop.
It's funny. First of all, shout out to my bro. Like whenever I call my brother, I always say, "What's up, bro?" Because God love Paul Walker, who's in heaven now. But in
Yeah.
Too Fast, Too Furious, him and Tyrese would go back and forth, and he'd go,
Yeah.
"Rome, bruh," and I'm like, "That's not how you say bro. Like it's not how you do it." So my brother's in my phone as bruh.
Oh. Listen, Toy Marie, tell the people where they can find you, where they can get at you, where they can, you know,
can
subscribe
find
to
me.
you.
I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube as Chop Goddess Toy, as well as my kids, which is known as Fly 5. I also have my www.chopgoddess.com and on Instagram, which is instagram.com/chopgoddess_toy. Or even if you just Google Chop Goddess or Toy Marie, you will find me. And I'm here in Michigan. I am a certified master barber. I do it all from fades to razor scalp facials to undercuts
yeah.
and everything. And I have a product line.
Yes, getting that work.
Yes,
I love it.
curlies. Come on, curlies. Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you so much for coming on the show.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for having me. It was fun. You guys are amazing.
You're amazing. Look at this beautiful hair. She's got this glowing smile. She's not going to be single for long. They're going to be snatching you up.
Look, my kids help me do all of this. They help me, like my 6-year-old, she sometimes does my makeup and she sprays my
Love
hair.
it.
You know what I'm saying? You know, a
Love
little
it.
water conditioner, you know. My kids help me.
That's amazing. All right, let me have some kids so that you can tell me how to make them cool like yours. 'cause-
Listen, and you know
Awesome.
Stacy's doing fabulous stuff with her hair right now. So you
Thank
better get
you. I
in
have a
contact and
natural
get
hair product line. I have a natural hair product line as well as anybody with curly hair, as well as anybody that's suffering for alopecia, anything like hair loss, dandruff, dry hair. If you have hair loss, beard, you got patchy beards. If you want to go from looking like one of them dudes with a patchy beard to a dude with a full beard, I got a growth serum for that.
very
Yes,
cool.
I've seen
Very,
the before
very
and
cool.
afters, and I will absolutely, I promise you, I will absolutely get at you because this undercut needs some love.
I got you an undercut or to do your natural hair. We'll do a whole little set
Ooh,
for you.
I love it. Oh my god.
It's happening.
Before and after
It
with
is.
Stacy.
Before and
Yeah.
after on the house.
Oh, you don't listen. I thoroughly believe in paying entrepreneurs. Like, I never ask an entrepreneur to do something for free. You will get paid and tipped.
Preached.
Yes. Ah, well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you per
Stacey.
usual. That is Chelsea. This is Reasons Why I'm Single. We'll see y'all next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.